Excellent. And I just want to say hi and thanks for joining us on the last fan club of February. And this isn't a real pressing issue. No one's been like, oh, we need to global luxury is something that is always there and not everybody always knows about it, and it actually changes up from time to time from a corporate standpoint. So I want to make sure that with an influx of newer agents lately and some changes that have been made from the corporate standpoint, everybody had the chance to learn what they need to about our global luxury platform and ask any questions that they have about becoming a certified agent, having listings that qualify, so on and so forth, and et cetera. So, Pam, nice to have you here. I'm going to mute everyone that's not talking. My chat doesn't work when I'm on this part of the screen, so if you have a question, just jump in, unmute yourself, and ask away. But because the Zoom, and this is a good thing to remember when you're doing this with clients, Zoom picks up everything. It's got a really, the microphone picks up everything. So if you are having a confidential talk with your client on Zoom, make sure you're in a quiet place. Just because you have headphones in doesn't mean the microphone isn't picking up all the ambient noise. And if you're using this, you want to look professional. So that's my little Zoom tip. And Karen, waiting. Hi, there you are. So good. So make sure also when you're looking at yourself, if you're too close to the camera, you get like half a head or some weird stuff, and you just want to be professional. And then lower the screen a little bit so your full face is in there. All right.
You ready to get started?
Well, Josh is here, so I think we can now get started. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Fields here, new with us, and he's brought on his first residential listing in the Sun Valley area. We did a little video yesterday, doing all that stuff that Tom Ferry's telling you to do to just create content and get the word out. And don't worry about looking like a professional. Just look like you enjoy what you're doing. That's step one. Karen, I saw Mix come in there. Make sure you tell him hi, and that if you need a cup of coffee or whatever, make sure he's on that for you. Okay. Hi, Marion. Nice to see you. So we are going to get started with some global luxury updates. And again, if you have any questions about any of the stuff I say, just jump in and we will see what we can answer. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. So if you can see just a big picture of our mountain, give me a thumbs up, and then I'll know it's being shared. Thank you, Rita. Okay, I've got a few pages I'm going to show you today, but we're going to start with what?
Email.
My email.
So sorry for being a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Hey, agents, if you saw my email real quick, an agent sent me, so sorry for being a pain in the ass. I guarantee you, if you want your OM or your MD to do something for you, start your email with that. That is awesome. So sorry for, oh, okay, I'll help you now because you're right, but thank you for acknowledging it. Okay, here's the video that Coldwell Banker put together to launch Global Luxury only 10 months ago. It was in April of 2017 that the Global Luxury brand was launched. Prior to that, for years, it had been previews with that sort of weird logo. Previews didn't mean anything, so they spent a lot of time and a lot of money and brought in Craig Hogan to really revamp the luxury site and the luxury platform for Coldwell Banker. And here's how they launched it. So this is only 45 seconds, no need for popcorn, and I'm going to play it. Okay, let's just watch it once. There we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want this. Okay, so just a really slick and quick and easy hit there. You can use these videos at any time, folks, for your own clients. We had an agent in our office yesterday who was going to try to get a $2.5 million listing. The client is a little bit unsure about Coldwell Banker versus, I think there's a company in town called Sotheby's. And this is a type of video that you could send to someone who's on the fence about listing with you for a higher end property, because it really speaks, I think, to what we do as a company. Coldwell Banker, and I'll go through these numbers in depth in a bit, but we sell more luxury than any other brand out there. And while we also have a lot of lower end residential stuff, our luxury division is the best in the business, and we don't trumpet it that much. And that's why the Global Luxury brand was created, because Previews wasn't getting the job done. But if you look at, for instance, the logo, I mean, that's pretty good right there. And we've got our own with the distinctive properties on there, and I'll make sure everybody that wants it has access to it. But this is a much cleaner, more sophisticated, and it articulates what we're doing much better, I think. It says Global Luxury on it. It says Coldwell Banker. There's no mixing of, well, what's Previews? Is that a different company altogether? So hats off to Coldwell Banker to get this brand in the face of the agents and buyers and sellers. I think it's a good first move. Okay, so you can always use these things. You can paste this sort of thing to your Facebook if you're looking for content. Throw it out there. It's totally fine. I think a best practice is grab links like this and have a document on your computer at all times where you just put links of stuff you're going to use at some point. You come across a cool Coldwell Banker commercial, grab that link, put it there, and then write a little line under it that says cool dog commercial. Doesn't mean you're going to use it then, but instead of having to go find it in the world of Yubu or YouTube, you have a list of things that you can just go and access right away. Daisha, are you kidding me? What's that? Daisha, are you on this call? Okay, so that would be a best practice just in general. Okay, so there's the intro video there. The next thing I want to show you is the site itself. Coldwell Banker Luxury Real Estate. It rebranded with a relaunch of a website, and it is super simple. Here's another link you should have. Whether you're a luxury agent or not, you should have this link at your disposal, because just by having this platform, your status as an agent is elevated. Okay? Even if you're listing a $300,000 home that doesn't qualify in any way, shape, or form, the fact that you are connected to this platform elevates you and elevates all of your listings, I really believe. So ColdwellBankerLuxury.com. We're going to just look at this website really quickly, not too in-depth. You can do this on your own. There's a couple things that I'm not real happy about yet, and some glitchiness that doesn't serve our particular offices super well, but I'm working on them, let's say. But if a home qualifies as global luxury, and in our 6 offices, we probably have maybe 35 or 40 that are global luxury, they will show up on this website, which is pretty cool. So if you're an agent with a home that qualifies, I will click it and it will end up on this website, and you can show that off to not only your sellers, but anyone else that you're talking to and say, look at what I can do with a home, right? So it promotes you. But it's supposed to be a very slick and easy to navigate site. Some information, home of the week. We keep trying to get some of ours on there. Trends, so you can view a report here. This is information for you as well as for any of your buyers that you think are higher end. If you can send them this site, they're going to go, wow, this agent is connected to some pretty cool stuff, right? So this report, I'm not going to view it, but it's got some interactive stuff here. Here's where I'm a little bit concerned about where the global luxury, our presence is. We are by and large ski and resort and mountain. They're still working this out. If you click ski resort, my sense is it should just be a bunch of Vail and Sun Valley and ski resort places. But you've got the BVI in there, you've got Malaga, you've got Florida, and I've called and said, why is that? And they essentially said, because if an agent puts ski resort in their ad copy or anywhere in there, because this might appeal to a ski resort buyer, it's going to populate on here. To me, it dilutes what someone looking for ski resorts would be wanting to find. I mean, look at that. Only one of these on this top are ski resorts. So I'm trying to do better with that with Global Luxury. It's out of my control, but I keep tweaking them. Equestrian, this is a little bit more connected to what it should be. So, but you can search this way. It's just I think it's a really nice site. It's not totally worked out yet, but it's a good place to go. And if you want to see some of our listings, it's very navigable. Luxury properties, I can click here, and if I type in Haley, got a couple. If I type in Montrose, we'll see what pops up. So I can just go here and search. And it's not a perfect thing. Like, I know we have a couple that are in either Ridgeway or Loma or some other towns I've never been to. Hi, Rick. But the ones that are located in Montrose City, per se, will be right here. So it's a little too specific for my taste. Like, Montrose I would think it would draw a 25-mile circle around Montrose, or 40 miles and pull in everything. It doesn't do that. So you have to get a little bit specific. Okay, so that's the ColdwellBankerLuxury.com site. If you are a Coldwell Banker, if you're a Global Luxury agent, I would suggest putting this in your email signature or on some of your marketing materials so that people know you're connected to that. With this luxury site in mind, there is a page on here that talks about the heritage of our luxury brand. Again, very clean and crisp. It goes into some of the history, and I'm not going to read all of this, but another link that you can just storehouse, and when you're working with a client who's wondering why they should list with Coldwell Banker for their luxury home, you can send them this, because I think it helps load your quiver with arrows. Okay?
And what site is that again?
This is ColdwellBankerLuxury.com, has all these things on here. So our heritage, there's a luxury blog you can subscribe to, you can put on your Facebook. So if you do truck in luxury clients, come here once a week or so, and why not post that on your Facebook? Most anticipated new restaurants of 2018, the report, take a look at the stuff, post it, be an authority for the luxury market, and you're going to end up attracting more luxury clients. What I would caution you folks is, and I know there's a lot of people on this call that aren't certified, if like you don't deal with luxury at all, be careful of what you're using from here, not because it's off limits to you, but because if your main clientele is first home buyers or whatever, you don't want to put any of those off by all of a sudden saying, oh, hey, look at my Maserati, right? So just be thoughtful about what you're doing, and that goes for any Facebook post, of course, but try not to confuse the issue too much. I'm just letting you know that this stuff is here, and it's all available. You can poach any of these links and put them on your own Facebook if you think any of it is interesting, okay? So ColdwellBankerLuxury.com is your go-to place for all of that, okay? So I'm going to close that so that I don't get confused, and I'm going to close that, okay? And let me just stop sharing for a minute. Okay, so I've sort of gone over what the corporate world is looking like in terms of global luxury, and most of you are probably not on the call to know that. You're probably more on the call to learn where I get my hilarious how you can use global luxury on a daily basis, whether you're Connie Kincaid and certified. And is she the only one on here that's certified? It looks like it. Oh, no. Or whether you're an agent who wants to get certified or an agent who has a listing that may qualify. So we're going to now get into some of the CBDP nuts and bolts so that you can better leverage our luxury platform. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. And let's see, what are we going to look at? More pain in the ass emails? No, what's that one? I want to close that. I can close this. And we're going to look at my CB Exchange for a second, because this is where you can get some information about anything in Coldwell Banker, but particular, if what I've sent you in the last month or so doesn't help you with what you need, you can always call me, or you can come to your CB Exchange. This search bar is one of the best search bars I've ever used on any site. It gets the job done.
And what address is that?
So this is your CB Exchange, which is your corporate Coldwell Banker shopping mall. So you log into cbexchange.com. You log in with your vanity email, joshfields@coldwellbanker.com, and whatever your password is, and then you get here. And then to get into the stores in the shopping mall, you come to your Springboard over here. The Springboard has where you do your Coldwell Banker stuff, Express Docs. We've talked about this from time to time. It's got your CB University. It's got a threshold lookup tool. I really discourage you from using this because the numbers do not reflect our numbers. And I'll explain that in a little bit. But don't go to this one. You can come to here if you're a Coldwell Banker luxury agent. But what I want to show you is how to just search for something. So I'm going to search global luxury. And something that simple, putting that in, gives me a whole host of things to learn about. Stationery, CMYK, press releases, luxury and review. That just came up last week, so I'm going to look at that and see what we can learn. Identity standards, if you're a global luxury agent, that's important. Specialist training. If you are interested in becoming a luxury agent, this is a place you could come and find out more stuff about. I try to let you know every couple months where the next trainings are and such, but you can always come here and find out on your own. Okay? Videos. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in here, and I just want to show you really quickly that CB Exchange is a great place to learn, whether it's global luxury or whether it's whatever else you want to know about Coldwell Banker. You can come here and use the search function and get a lot of mileage out of that. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to close that window, though, too, and get it out of my way. And now we're just going to talk about our stuff, the CBDP stuff. Okay? All right. When I send out the recording, I'll attach a revised edition of this because it's a little bit dated even after a month or so. But I just want everyone to know that there's a couple of steps involved to becoming a global luxury agent. Okay? One is you have to go through a training. And those trainings happen, for instance, now this is an old one. We have a Sun Valley agent who is in Hawaii right now doing her training there. They happen about 6 to 8 times a year all over the country and the world. You do have to register early, and it's usually a one-day course. The company does not foot the bill for it. It's about a $495 conference, as well as travel and any other expenditure. So it is a commitment. Can you register for it if you are a brand new agent or have no luxury background? Yes, you may register for it. The idea there being that the more you know about luxury home sales, regardless of your experience, the better you're going to be at all of your sales. The better you're going to be able to talk about the Coldwell Banker experience in a big way. So even if you don't have the production yet, you can still take the course. Here's the catch. In order to become certified, you can't just take the course, you also have to meet a production standard. Within 2 years of your training, you have to have sold at least 3 sales within your production threshold. And I'll explain that in a second. Double sides don't count as 2, by the way. So here I am, a brand new agent, and we've got Josh Fields here, brand new agent, and he wants to get this training because he's picturing doing some good things. He goes and does the training. He has 24 months then to get 3 sides done. In Sun Valley, our price is $950,000 is what qualifies a listing, a residential listing, as global luxury. So in the next 24 months, he has to be involved in 3 sales of $950,000 sale price or more in order to then assume the mantle of a global luxury agent. Okay? If you're an agent that has 1 or 2 under your belt, you can take the training and then you only need 1 more. If you've already got 3 in the last year, you can go take the training, and as long as you can prove that through your MLS, and your MD or your own can help you with that, you submit that paperwork, you will become a global luxury agent. Okay? Josh has a question. Yes, sir.
So you say it has to be within 2 years after. What is the time frame before? Is it just
it's a 2-year window. Okay?
2 after?
I do believe it's a 2-year window. So if you have 1 under your belt 6 months ago, I would say you have 18 months to get those other two.
Okay.
So the 3 sales have to be done within a 2-year window. Okay?
So it's not dollar volume. So say I make 2 $4 million sales, I didn't meet the 3.
Rick's question is a very good one. It is not an aggregate volume number. It is a sides number. It is based on the number of sides, because the thinking there is, if you have a $5 million sale, great, but do you have the experience necessary to do those transactions over and over? If you do 3 at 1.2 each or whatever, it's a suggestion that you've got the experience, you've got the know-how to do those transactions. So there's 2 requirements to becoming licensed. In either order, take the course, have the production standard. Josh.
And if unfortunately your listing doesn't sell, that doesn't count. Bringing on a listing does not count. It has to sell.
Great. We'll talk about the listing side in a minute. Basically, your production is getting the closed sale.
Okay.
Whether it's your listing or whether you're bringing the buyers, the deal has to close. And again, if you double side a 1.5 million thing, awesome. I'm in love with you, but that only counts as 1. Okay? All right. That is all spelled out in this PDF, which I will send you after I update it. Okay? Here are the requirements. If you're a part of a team, if you're an agent on a team, there are different requirements. I think it goes up to 4 transactions in a 24-month period that the team has to do. I'll make sure I know that before I send this out. Look here, unimproved land, commercial, or multifamily properties don't qualify for this. The only things that qualify for global luxury, either on their site or on your sales or production stand, whatever, is residential, condo, and townhome. Okay? It's really hard to consider land luxury. Certainly commercial can't be considered luxury. So we are only talking about places where people can live. Okay? Now, I had said earlier, if you go into CB Exchange, don't go to that property, the price threshold lookup tool, because it's off. I don't know what algorithms they're using, but like for the Sun Valley one, for instance, it's $500,000. And if that was the threshold in Sun Valley, I mean, that's just crazy talk right there, because our threshold for luxury in Sun Valley is much higher for that, at least the way we think of things. So here are the numbers, and this gets a little dicey. You're going to ask questions about what if we reduce a price and whatever. Let's get to those zebras in the woods in a little bit. But this is the basic. Threshold for our markets. Bozeman, $750,000. If you're going to ask me, what if I have a listing, Mark, in White Sulphur Springs, I'm going to say $750,000. What we don't want to do is dilute the luxury feel. Okay? Grand Junction, you're at $500,000. Montrose, $500,000. Ridgeway, and Natalie Ames will yell at me all day for this. I know I don't get it either, but you're at $900,000. Steamboat, $915,000. Sun Valley, $950,000. Vail, we have split Vail up into 2 areas. $915,000 for the Vail, Eagle. I don't know about Eagle. Vail, Beaver Springs, that corridor, and then Down Valley is $500,000. Elizabeth and Rick and you Vail folks, it's up to you to be able to tell me where it is so that we can determine whether it is or not. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I noticed you don't have Craig on there, and there's probably been one property that was over 500,000 sell in the last 10 years in Craig. So we're going to have to determine what that price could be there.
Okay, I will look into that, and thank you for adding that. You're right. So the updated one will have Craig on here. Do we need to add Rifle, Pam? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so.
Eric?
Yeah.
Can you check into Telluride? I know we're breaking into that market as well.
The Telluride is $8 million. Any other questions? No one extraordinary?
Perfect.
Okay. So
It's going to be higher than Vail.
yeah. Okay, so here are the zebra in the woods questions. And before you ask, what's a zebra in the woods? A zebra in the woods is something that happens so infrequently, I don't even know why we talk about it, but whatever. If you list something in Bozeman market, $769, awesome, great. And if it qualifies the luxury smell test, which I'll talk about in a second, and we list it as global luxury, great, it's going to be on the luxury site. And it's been 6 months and you get a price reduction that goes down to $739. Does it fall out of global luxury? Only if you want it to, only if you make me unclick it. I don't want to get too weird. If it stays within the ballpark as a price reduction, we'll probably leave it on there. If it started at 750, or if it comes on at 749, I'm going to say no. So that might dictate where you land on a list price, maybe. But if it goes from 769 to 699, that's probably too far out of the window, and we will have to unclick it in the back end, and then it'll fall out of the luxury website. Okay? What happens if I sell this $769,000? What if I sell it at 739? Does it count towards my production to qualify me? 9 times out of 10, it will not count. There is some leeway depending on how nice the global luxury folks are feeling. We do have a little bit of leeway sometimes, but really they want to see that sale price be at or above the listed threshold. Okay? So those are the zebras in the woods, but I do hope they come up because it means you're selling property at a high level. We've looked at a couple of these links, and here's some stuff in here about the course. So I will update the dates and places of what's available. They do fill up fast because they're open to everybody. But if you are wanting to know more about how to sell luxury, wanting to know more about the luxury side of things, I really recommend that you take one of these courses, okay? All right, so there's the nuts and bolts about how to become an agent and what we need in each market. I mentioned a couple minutes ago the luxury smell test. Here's what I mean by that. You might have in Grand Junction a home on 45 acres outside of town or in Fruita that you're listing at $600,000. And the home itself is, you know, sort of like I wouldn't call it a manufacturer, but no luxury buyer is going to go like, oh my God, that's awesome. It's at $600,000 maybe because the land is worth 400 of that. And the home, maybe not a scraper, but it's not luxury. That's not going to pass the luxury smell test. We want the things that we click as luxury to feel like they're going to appeal to a higher end buyer. High-end finishes, really attractive exterior, not just land value. Maybe it's of architectural significance, like an older home. I know Adam Greenberg, I don't think it passes the price threshold, but in Bozeman or in Manhattan brought on a really nice older home. If that passed the test, it's not luxury, but it's architecturally significant, we'd probably click it as global luxury. But what we don't want to do, as I said a couple minutes ago, is dilute our luxury feel by just saying, hey, it's an 18-bedroom house, and so it's $600,000, so it's luxury. No, probably not. If it's an 18-bedroom house that's just sort of wonky and wanky. So who makes that decision? Well, every week or so, marketing and I look at the new listings, and we look at them by price, and anything that crosses that price threshold, I'll look at it and go, oh yeah, obviously, and click it. Or I will have a conversation with marketing and or the agent and click it as necessary. Just yesterday, in fact, an agent in Sun Valley brought on a home for $1,050,000. And I was looking at the photos and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't totally jump out to me as luxury, but the price is there because it's in a super nice part of Ketchum. And after we talked about it a little bit and she paid me $20, I went ahead and clicked it as luxury. So it's not a perfect science. There is a bit of an art to it, but we do want to make sure that the things that our company is promoting as luxury do have that luxury feel to them and are going to appeal to luxury buyers. Okay, so there's that. And I think I'm going to jump out of the share. Stop share. I know, Shannon, it's giving me a headache too. I'm sorry I'm chatting so much. It's sort of a one-way street here and all the cars have their headlights on me. I apologize for that. Josh, if I may, this came up in the video. Coldwell Banker has a Homes and Estates magazine. Is that backwards for everybody? Does that help? Has a Homes and Estates magazine that is pretty much filled with luxury listings from all over the world. It's not free. I think it's $400 to have like a quarter page piece in there. I can't remember the exact numbers, but if you have a home that is already global luxury, and I'll talk about how you make sure you can get your listings, scratch that. If you have a home you want in here and belongs in here, check with your OM and with marketing, and we'll make it happen. This comes out quarterly. It's got a nice seal skin. It's a nice feel, and it's distributed all over the world. I don't know the run of it, but it's got nice articles in it and so on and so forth. It's the flagship publication of Global Luxury, so it's a pretty nice thing to have your property immersed with all these other high-end properties. Speaks very highly about you as an agent and about us as a company. So think about maybe if you are spending money on print, and I know that's been a big topic in our coaching calls lately, maybe that's a place to go with it. It certainly would make your sellers go, wow, cool, thanks. And it would make any future sellers go, dude, you truck in high company. That's awesome. Okay? Whenever you do something like this, you can leverage it to make yourself stand out even more.
So that's like $1,600 for the year, right?
I don't know. I've only done one of these in my year here, put an ad in once, so I don't know the numbers. Let me get those for you so I don't say 1,600 sounds about right. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to mislead anyone too much.
Does that get this out to our SOI, or is that just the ad?
No, that's just the ad, and I don't know if you get 10 copies if you put an ad in. Let me figure out all those details, and I'll check with Shawnee and Fern and see if they have more insights than I do.
Hey, Derek, we have a question.
Okay, Lisa, who's it from, though? I need to know.
Alan.
No, okay, we'll keep moving on then. So the next thing, Alan, what's up?
I only sell bread and butter deals. How does this apply to me? No. Okay, the question?
No, I get my hair cut about once every 4 weeks. Thanks for asking. Any other question? No. Lisa, can you repeat that? Couldn't hear it.
So earlier you said anybody can list global luxury property, whether you meet the criteria or you don't. In order to get certified, you have to go to one of those training classes somewhere that they hold every so often. What is the benefit or not the benefit of getting certified or not being certified? Bearing in mind that you can list global luxury property whether you go to the class or you don't.
Okay.
What's the benefit? Wait, what do you get extra things for being certified, or you just have a stamp that says you're certified?
Great.
You're certified.
Okay, so there may be two questions in what he just asked, and I'm going to address them both because they were the next two things I was going to talk about. Alan Brown is so well named; his initials are AB, so he's always at the front of things, right? AB, he just knows things ahead of time. All right, first thing I want to say is you do not have to be certified in order to have a luxury listing. Okay, Mark, for instance, you're not certified. You probably would. I think you'd really enjoy the training. But let's say that he's bringing on a home in Bozeman for $839,000. Okay, he doesn't have a certification, but if that home passes the smell test, and I would assume it would, he can market it as global luxury. He can use a global luxury sign, and each office at this point should have the generic Coldwell Banker Global Luxury office signs that you can use for the yard sign. In his collateral print or whatever, he can use global luxury. He can't promote himself as a global luxury agent, but he can promote the listing as a global luxury listing. Okay? In accordance with that, and I'll put this in the thing so it's really clear that I send out, the only way that marketing, and they should have gone over this in your road shows, and if you haven't had your road show yet, well, hang on to your hats because it's awesome. But in accordance to that, you have to use a CB3 to get the global luxury stuff for your listing. If Mark brings on that $839,000 listing and uses a CB2, which is a great package, but it does not go to the global luxury part of marketing. It goes to the Coldwell Banker part of marketing. The only way to get the global luxury stuff on it is to buy a CB3, which I'm going to tell you right now is so worth it. It barely merits discussion. It just went down $500, at least in Sun Valley, from $1,399 for a CB3 to $899 for the pro photography, for a Matterport, for unbelievable visuals that you can send out and have at the home. $899 for that. When you think of the commission you will probably be making, on a global luxury home, I mean, that is a no-brainer, in my opinion. I'm not spending the money. I get that. But if you want it marketed from our marketing as a global luxury, it has to go through a CB3. When you make an ad in a newspaper, whatever, the stuff that marketing is not taking care of, you can use that global luxury logo. Okay? Do those two things make sense? Do I need to try to come up with a fancy analogy for it? No? Good, because I'm almost out of fancy analogies. So market your global luxury with a CB3 and everything's going to be golden. Second part of Alan's question was, if I can go ahead and bring on a listing and have it be global luxury without being a luxury certified agent, what's the point of me spending probably $1,500 total to fly to Dallas and to rent a room and go whatever? Well, there's about 4 or 5 points. One is the training itself. You get to hobnob with other agents who are like you, either have already qualified or are looking to become luxury specialists. That's called networking. They're all Coldwell Banker agents. It's awesome. You get tips from some of the best agents in the country, not just Coldwell Banker agents, but the best agents in the country. Natalie's sister, Jenny, is one of the trainers. She's one of Chicago's leading real estate agents. They draw the best of the best luxury agents in our company and help them, and they put them in a position to train you. Okay? So no matter your market, you're going to learn things about how to leverage luxury, how to cater to luxury buyers and sellers at these conferences. So that's part one. Part two is your own personal marketing. You can then promote yourself as a global luxury agent. And so Alan, and I'm not like, Alan, what a stupid question. I think it's a great question. That just happened to come from Alan. But how that benefits you is, here's Bob McHugh. Maybe he's a global luxury agent now. And even if he's going on a $300,000 listing appointment, what do people like to do? Sorry about that. That probably messed up the sound. They like to run with winners. And if you can say, I'm a global luxury agent, and even though your property doesn't qualify, I truck in luxury, that's going to make them think even more about you and think really hard about, gosh, I should hitch my sleigh to this horse because he can do it in all price ranges. It's awesome. So it gives you a little bit more credit. It's like me saying, yeah, I once played college ball. I'm going to get picked higher on the pickup team without even having shot a basket. I didn't, and I don't, but I'm just saying. Like, if you have that, it's like luxury by association. It's success by association. So I think that's a real useful thing too. The other thing is, and I'm sorry I closed it, but if you remember in the CB Exchange, when I brought that drop-down thing down, if you're a global luxury agent, there's a back door that allows you to connect with the other 8,000 global luxury agents in our company. That's right, I said 8,000. There's about 8,000 certified global luxury agents in the Coldwell Banker family. That's almost half as many agents as Sotheby's has in the world. Sotheby's has about 19,000 agents in the world. We have 8,000 luxury agents in our company. So for you to be able to network with those people and connect and send, let's say, Alan, you have a really cool listing in rural Montrose that you think would appeal to luxury buyers in Charlotte, North Carolina. You can go in that back door and you can access those Coldwell Banker global luxury agents in Charlotte and the Tech Triangle, whatever, and you can send that listing to those global luxury agents. So it's like being part of a club. It lets you in the back door. You can go smoke cigars, and you can network with a higher end client agent. To me, that is worth something. It doesn't mean that. Let me go back to Mark's example. Let's say he's global luxury certified, and he's got his $839,000 house. He can use global luxury all day long on that. He cannot use global luxury on his $300,000 house just because he's global luxury. So there is a distinction there. But in the promotion of himself, in his email signature, in an ad about himself, he can use the global luxury. I think it separates you from the chaff. Okay? All right. that's my answer. Alan, did I cover all the bases, or as you would say in England, did I run all the cricket posts?
Yeah, you did great. Yeah, yeah,
Was that a test?
yeah, I was just testing your no. I didn't know the answer, so I just figured I'd ask. I figured other people were thinking about
Okay.
it.
A couple more things from an agent standpoint. Your business card can be Global Luxury, and those are slick. The ones that we're ordering right now, and Connie, maybe you've done that, are like super thick. They could double as throwing stars. They are significant. They're awesome. So you just get to promote yourself in a more sophisticated and advanced way if you're a Global Luxury agent. Let me see what else I can say. I think that's what I wanted to cover. I think I covered all the things, and I know it's just been a lot of me talking, and I apologize for that. I'll put all this in a working document that I hope will help you learn this. I want to show you one other thing, sorry, in IQO. You all know I love IQO and that I think it's underused. I want you to know that in files, which you should be using a lot in the documents library, there is a Global Luxury folder. And in here are 4 logos, and I'm half tempted to take them out only because I can't have you using logos haphazardly. Like, you just can't use a Global Luxury logo because it's there, right? But the one sheet and the nuts and bolts stuff is here. I will update these. You can see I updated them in December. I will add new ones, get rid of these. Whoops, I just downloaded them. Remember, when you click on these, they don't open automatically. They open as downloads. So you click on it, and then you have to go get it out of your download. Keep in mind that you can always email these things to people. I don't think people know this, but if I click on that, I get a link. And I copy that link, and I can email this to someone just by pasting that link in my email. It's a pretty slick little thing that is underused. But that's all the stuff I had to say about Global Luxury. What I'd like to do in the next 17 minutes is field any more questions that aren't coming from Montrose, unless it's Bob, about Global Luxury. I'm just kidding, Montrose. You guys can ask any questions you want. But what did I not cover? What am I make confusing? How could I add clarity to our Global Luxury platform?
Has anybody online taken the training?
How many of you on our call, and I think there's only 2, have taken the training? Karen, I know you've done it, right? And Connie in Vail has done it.
Would they be able to speak just briefly a little bit about their experience?
Okay, Connie, are you on the call still?
I am.
Could you, Rick is
I am
asking.
here, yeah.
Thank you. Rick and Connie and Karen, can either of you contribute anything to this being Global Luxury agents, how you've used it, how it's benefited you, whether it's a total waste of time and agents shouldn't even bother with it?
Derek, I have not taken the class yet, the Global Luxury class.
But you did previews and you were
Yes. Oh, yes.
grandmothered in.
Yes. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Grandmothered.
Yeah. Okay, so Connie, you just took it last fall, I think, or summer. And so you've had the designation for a few months. Do you have any insights or thoughts about it?
I find it's been most beneficial with listings. However, we have mainly worked with buyers and had very few listings. And the price, I'm hoping that I did hear you mention that the CB3 marketing package price went down in Sun Valley. I'm hoping that might have been the case here in Vail as well. I've not gotten that info, but that'd be terrific. I know that some of the postcards and some of the things that were a part of that package in the past, we had already been doing, so it wasn't as beneficial for my team.
Right.
So I'm hoping that might have changed in the marketing roadshow.
Is now a bad time, Connie, to tell you that the reduction for Sun Valley was offset by an increase in Vail? No, I'm kidding.
I expected that answer, so thank you. But anyway, do you have any specific questions about the training? It was full day. Fortunately, Greg and I were able to take it down in Denver. Although traveling to Hawaii to take it would not be a problem. But a full day of wonderful speakers, great information, and we had been operating in the luxury market already anyway. So a lot of what Greg and I heard wasn't new to us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Connie, how
Okay.
many in your session? How many agents?
I beg your pardon?
How many agents would you guess were in your session? In
Oh,
Denver?
goodness. It was
Dozens? Hundreds?
Oh, no, 300.
Oh, wow.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a
From all
freshman.
over the country.
Yeah. Like I said, up until I think it was maybe July or August, you had to have already had the production to take the course. And there's something good to that. Like, we're not going to let you into the circus unless you've proven that you know how to handle an elephant, whatever. Giving agents access to how to do luxury at an earlier time is really good, I think. But what it did is it made it really hard to get into the conferences, because all of a sudden everybody and their dogs and their cats and their muskrats could register. So
Correct. We had to wait a long time, Derek, to get in.
yeah. And so every agent that I've encouraged to go lately has either been waitlisted or I've had to, talk about kneecaps and lead pipes to get them in, but we're getting them in slowly. Rita, you've just joined Jen Peterson. She went through the training, I think, in the summer or fall. And I know you're new on her team, but how does she use it?
Well, I'm actually just learning how to use it now to market to a couple of listings that she has that actually qualify for it. So this is kind of what I'm using this webinar for, is to learn how to actually use it for her listings.
Okay, excellent. And Mark and Dylan and Bozeman, I don't know that either of you have the numbers yet. Mark, I don't know your numbers well enough, but right now we don't have any Bozeman global luxury agents, and that needs to change. And so, I'm really hoping we can leverage some Bozeman agents to get in there. I know we have some folks that are qualified, so let's do that. Here's my pitch. And you're going to say, well, chicken or the egg, and I don't really care because I'll eat them both. But the highest producing agents in almost all of our offices are, guess what? They're all global luxury certified. Okay, Montrose, Valerie and team are global luxury certified. Dennis Bailey's global luxury certified. In Steamboat, Robert, Karen, Catherine got it early on, and I think there's a couple others. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting some folks in Steamboat. Here in Sun Valley, about half of our agents have it. And so in Grand Junction, Christy Reese just got hers. Jen has hers. I'm encouraging Kelly May. Like, the higher producers have them. So is it because they're higher producers that they went and got it, or did they go and get it and now they're higher producers? Who cares? Don't worry about that. But if you have the numbers, if you're close to getting the numbers, if you want to get better, this is another thing you can put on your
previews.
Sorry? No, it sounds like it was an errant question. Connie, thanks for that insights. Do you have anything else? I'm going to mute you if not.
No, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so.
Derek, we have a question.
It's from Kim Kendall, not me.
Oh, who's it from?
It's from Kim.
Okay, shoot, Kim.
So if you take the certification course and you don't reach your 3 sales in the 2 years, do you have to take the course again?
I believe so. Again, is there going to be wiggle room? Sure. And if you're close, if you've got 2 out of the 3, but if you have 0 out of the 3, they're probably going to say, well, we're looking forward to your next $500 check to take the course. So here's the thing. You all know we're part of the chairman's circle. We have really good relationships with the important people in Coldwell Banker, right? If Todd picks up the phone and calls Craig Hogan or whomever, we have some leverage, right? We're not Topeka, Coldwell Banker, right? So we can make some things happen. That's been my experience so far. So don't rely on us being able to use bribes and things, but Just understand that the hard and fast is a little bit less hard and a little bit less fast for us because Coldwell Banker really likes CBDP. So
we're sold, Derek. Where and when are these?
Okay.
CD Exchange?
I'll go in and don't you do the work today unless you really want to. I will send out the recording with an updated one sheet that says, here are the next ones. I won't be able to tell you if they're full or not. You don't know until you register. And they say, hey, you're on the wait list. Congratulations, which is awful. But I do encourage those of you on the call to really get after this because you all have an interest, obviously. And if you have an interest, it means you're going to be qualified at some point, if not already.
Do you know how far out they schedule the courses, Derek?
I've seen them through September of 2018, I think. And the last one I sent out, I do think had those on there. But again, you'll get this from me today. Okay? What else? Oh, I wanted to show you one other thing. Can I show you one other thing that has nothing to do with Global Luxury other than it's a Global Luxury agent that did this thing with their website? Yes? Great. Thank you. Hold on. I just learned that you can put video, your own video, on the homepage of your website. Here's the example. Okay, Karen Shea and Dana Buxton. We just learned this. Here's their website. I better do it. Oops.
That's not Karen.
Nope. All right, real quick. This is a video they had made for one of their listings from a couple years ago, and it lives on YouTube. And we just found out that there's one template out of the 30 homepage templates where you can use your own video. There's probably a dozen where you can use video, but they're all stock footage from CB. We found one, number 30. I'm not sure which way it goes. Number 30, if you have a video on YouTube, and make sure it's not of you water skiing, Cody. Well, maybe it could be Cody, I don't care. But you can have your own video of your own listing be your homepage. When someone opens up, goes to your page, boom, that's what they see. Super cool, super cool. That's template 30. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't even worry about it. But if you have some understanding of how to do your website, this is something that you could put into play. I think it's awesome. It's template 30 in the design. If you want to know more about that, I may or I may not make a tech talk about it because I don't want people just going, cool, I put a video on there. Oh my God, next thing you know, it's Old Dirty Bastard video or something like that. He's a rapper, sorry. And that's not what we want. Boy, that got no laughs. I did not do those jokes anymore. Okay.
They don't know ODB.
No, you should not know ODB. We played him for happy hour yesterday and everybody left. It was awesome. I had got the whole bottle myself. Okay.
Keenan's our rapper.
And what's up?
Keenan's our rapper.
Keenan's a rapper?
Yeah, check out his videos.
I'm not going to check out Keenan's videos. What is he, the Beard Brothers or something? He and Ned here in Sun Valley should be like.
No, it's all about real estate.
Okay, I'll take a look. You could do a personal video. Wouldn't that be cool? Someone comes onto your site and they see Bob talking about real estate in Montrose. That's what the thing opens up with. You could do that. So think about it. Karen's already calling her agent. Get me on the film. I want to be, when people come to my website, I want them seeing me in mix. All right. Lisa, anything else from your cohort of folks?
I think we're good. Thanks.
We're good in Montrose. Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody. Keep up the awesome work.
Thanks, Derek. Keep up the good work.
Later today. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.